Hello fish keepers. It's already been a month since I bought these fishes. They have grown fairly well in just a span of 4 weeks. Summer is kind of approaching and is getting a little hotter in my country. As you can see, the stable temperature inside the aquarium is at 29 degrees Celsius. I've actually just done water change to the tank and it's looking clean as it can ever be. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the HENDRIX Backyard Flowerhorn Enhancer, but before that, enjoy a sweet montage of these two beautiful fishes. This enhancer was developed and created by a fellow YouTuber named HENDRIX Backyard. At first, I was kind of skeptical about it. I've been using Vitagold for the past 4 weeks and it served me well. In fact, I've been pouring Vitagold every water change as well as 2 drops per feed. The bottle is almost empty and I figured why not give the enhancer a try. So, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with Vitagold, not to mention that it's only 150 pesos right now online for the 125ml bottle. Compared to the enhancer, which is 100ml plus a price cost of about 300 pesos, this gets me thinking. On the side note, it also includes a sticker which is cool. Now, I'll be experimenting and comparing how well this enhancer does over the course of 4 weeks. Basically, I'll be using this enhancer every time I feed these little guys and give a weekly observation of the differences that have happened. I will conduct the same weekly water changes and feeding schedule. I will pour 2 drops for every 2 pellets during the morning and night, as I always do. However, keep in mind that there are certain limitations of this experiment. 1. Ultimately, the genes of your fish would decide how well it will grow. 2. These fishes are still premature and are bound to still have room for growth. We won't be able to compare the results of this test to other instances of fish with the same circumstance. Meaning, don't expect the results to be super accurate because these fishes are really supposed to grow fast at this age. Rest assured that these fishes will not be overfed, will be given clean and dechlorinated water, and sufficient care. What are we waiting for? Let's see what happens. Okay, so exactly 1 month has passed since I've been using the HENDRIX Backyard Flowerhorn Enhancer, and the results are, should I say, a surprise. Before that, I'll just let you know that I upped the amount of pellets per feed from 2 pellets to now 6 pellets per feed. The reason being is because I always notice that even after I've fed them 2 pellets, I can see within their eyes that they really want more. So I decided to start with 4 pellets, but after some time I saw that giving them 6 pellets per feed was just the right number. Other than that, I maintained every other aspect. I did weekly water changes, gave them light 6+ hours per day, and etc. Going back, here are my results. This is the first week feeding them. It seemed the same, there are no noticeable changes. However, after another week, the female flowerhorn started showing stripes within its body and released its drop tube, indicating that it's about to lay eggs. During these times, its cock usually gets smaller due to stress. That's why you would notice that by the second week, it had a drop cock. I guess it's a norm for female flowerhorns. On the other hand, the other one was doing good. Again, no noticeable changes. On the third week, the female had started to recover and the other one again just the same. And on its last week, this is the time I've added the pellets per feed. This was the time where I was able to notice a bit of a difference. I noticed the female actually growing its cock better, and it also helped with its color. You would see that it showed more of its reds. However, the other one again basically did no difference. Now I've waited for 1 month to conduct this experiment, and that's why I wasn't able to make any videos. The results, in my honest opinion, were really disappointing. But analyzing it, it could be the result of multiple factors. It could be the amount of feed, because I was only able to notice changes when I added 4 more pellets per feed. It could also be the fact that maybe both of these are females, and females tend to really have smaller growth size than males, and their cocks aren't expected to really grow that big. Next, maybe it would be because of their age. Maybe at the time of filming this video, their growth sizes has already picked. Last, maybe I am just dealt with a really bad hand. It could be a bad combination between the enhancer, the feed, and the genes of the fishes. A lot of variables are still unsolved. That's why after writing the script, I realized that before conducting this experiment, I should have had at least 10 to 20 flowerhorns with different subsets ready to fully study the effects of the enhancer. So in this experiment, I would humbly say that it is my fault for not having the right structure and equipment in place. However, for the time being, I could try to recommend a couple of things if you are thinking about buying the enhancer. If your flowerhorn is still young, like mine, I recommend you going with Vitagold just because it's cheaper. 2. If your flowerhorn is a female, I wouldn't even recommend you using an enhancer just because their genes are structured to have a small body size and small cock. Last, if you have a Kamfa X ZZ Flowerhorn like the other one I have, I wouldn't expect massive improvement from enhancers because some say that this species does have a slow growth pace. With that being said, I would still use the enhancer until it empties, but I would go back to Vitagold after. I think this enhancer is more towards bigger flowerhorns and ones that do show a better set of genes. Think of it as gas. If your flowerhorn already has a good set of genes, I do think that this could really help. Nevertheless, I would be glad to update you all on further improvements within these fishes. If you like the idea of me experimenting with 10 to 20 flowerhorns, let me know. If you also want to donate fishes to help me better with these studies, I will surely be glad to take them. Plus, I'll promise to take awesome pictures of them just like this. And last, I would like to say kudos to HENDRIX Backyard in being able to pull off a good product. May you be able to use the information I gave to continue improving the enhancer. That's all for this experiment. Subscribe if you aren't already. I'll see you soon.